So congratulations, Darlene, on landing the role as HC Selection and Implementation Lead. That's the job title, right?
Yes, that's the job title. Yeah.
Hello, Israel. Thank you for joining in. We are going to start in the next 4 minutes, but thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does that feel?
It feels really good. The important part is you get to apply what you know. The knowledge we've been able to acquire seems to be nothing if you can apply it to a real world problem. So that's the most important part for me and what I'm excited about.
Amazing. So how would you say the experience at Amdari helped you land the role, like from the projects you worked on to the types of mentor you had and all that? How would you say that really, really contributed to you landing this role?
Well, in the interview, my background is data science and sales. So this role is more like a business analysis role. It is sure of different bits, but they were not looking for someone who was a business analyst per se, a project manager. They were looking for someone who had a bit of data science background, project management, business analysis. And funny enough, I had never heard of, I had never done anything from business analysis till I got to Amdari. And while I was there in the interview room, I was asked about things like mapping and how you going to scope the whole process. Just give us a rundown of what you would do if you were to start this role. And I just used everything I learned at Amdari. I spoke about the process, the to-be processes, the project charter, basically the terminology and the knowledge of what I learned played a part in that interview. I seemed to be the person that gave them a clear idea of what they are going to do that a 1 year period, because they didn't know how to go about it. So they needed someone who was close to what they were looking for. And my knowledge from what I'd learned at Gary played it in that interview, to be honest.
All right, thank you very much. So it's really great to hear. So what specific aspect of this Amdari internship, right, helped you ace your interview? We know that 100% you played your part and everything like that. But what would you say the specific aspect of this?
Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? How's everyone doing today? Hi, how is everyone doing today? How are you doing today? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, give me a thumbs up. So, Amy, how are you? Isaac, Tammy, Jordan. Am I correct? Am I correct? How are we doing today? Awesome. All right, we're going to be kickstarting the session. We're going to be kickstarting the session now, just so that we are all on the same page. Okay. All right. So, just before we start the session, I would like to know where you guys are joining in from. So, where are you joining in from today? I would like to know. All right. I'd like to know where you're joining in from. So, just put in your location in the chat. Um, let's see. Okay. All right. So where are we? Where are you guys joining in from today? We're still expecting more people to join today's session for Edinburgh, UK. All right. Where in UK, Wally? Are you in London? Are you in Birmingham? Are you in Manchester, Watford? Where exactly are you really joining in from today? All right. Keep it coming, guys. Tammy, where are you from? Williams, where are you joining from? Sharita. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Keep it coming. All right. That's good. So today we're going to be focusing majorly on the NHS application, cracking the NHS application. All right. And if you have any friend member, family member, friends, anybody that you feel like would benefit from today's session, please send it to them. Share them the link. Send the link to them. Send it to your WhatsApp group. Send it to your class group. Send it to whatever group you're in. Like you just feel like people might, people are currently looking for a job today, and they might, be needing this. This is a free session for us to all learn how to crack the NHS application. All right. So please share this with all your family members and every other person that we have. Okay. So let's see how we can get that sorted. Okay. Looking forward to having you guys on. Looking forward to having everyone join our session. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Let's jump straight into it. How many of us are looking at getting a job with the NHS? I think that's where I want to start from. How many of us are looking at getting a job in the NHS? Okay, Tammy. Okay, just Tammy, Aisha, just two people. Just two people. So the rest of us are just exploring, correct? Okay, most of us are just exploring, I'm guessing. Okay. All right, so we're going to be looking at the NHS application, and you see, in like the 2 years plus that we've been doing this, the 2 years plus we've been helping people gain experience in the UK, helping people get jobs in the UK. I would say about 70% of the people that we currently work with with the NHS. So we have a huge network of professionals that have gotten jobs in the NHS, different trust within the NHS, but largely I would say about 70% of the people that have come on board, 70% of the people that have gotten a job in the last 2 years have gotten a job in the NHS. So that's just to let you know that we do have a track record of that, success within the NHS. So Amdari, for the people that are hearing Amdari for the first time, maybe this is the first time you're hearing about Amdari. This is the first time you're seeing us or you've engaged with us. We are a platform that provides professionals, immigrants most especially, professionals in globally, like with the right experience they need in order for them to get a job. All right. So you see a lot of immigrants that relocate outside the country. One of the major challenges that they have today is I wasn't doing this back home in Nigeria. I wasn't doing this in Ghana. I wasn't doing this in India. I wasn't doing this in my home country. Now I've moved to the UK. I did my master's and I'm struggling to get a job. All right. Most of the companies I'm applying to are telling me that I need UK experience. All right. And you see that UK experience is one of the puzzling questions, every immigrant is asked to answer. Where do I get this? UK experience. That's essentially why we started Amdari. So Amdari is a consulting and work experience platform that provides individuals, immigrants like yourself, like myself, the right experience needed for them to get a job. And you can confirm this, you can confirm this easily by, through the government website, the UK government website. I'm going to send all those links to you, so don't worry. You don't have to stress yourself. Just fill the attendance, and I will send all the links from today's session to you. So, it's a simple, if you click here, it's going to open up this web page, which is the gov.uk website. But you can also search for it by yourself. Just go to Company House UK. All right, Company House UK. All right, just to validate, what we're doing here. I told you the consulting business that we run a consulting-based business, and we help people gain experience. So all you need to do is search for Amdari, okay, and then you see Amdari Limited. You can scroll to the bottom, and you see the nature of the business. You would see information technology and consultancy services. You will see management consulting activities other than financial management, and we have educational support, all right, services. So you see, we are the platform that provides you the work experience through our consulting and work experience-based platform. And that's how we get people experience in data analytics, business analysis, project management, data science, cybersecurity, and GRC. All right. So without wasting too much time, also in the last 2 years, we have 1,500 professionals, okay, plus 1,500 professionals, get jobs within the UK, US, and in Canada. So we do this through our 40 plus business partnerships. So we have business partnerships with companies in the UK, companies in Canada, companies in the US, and we partner with these businesses to give you work experience in the UK, in the US, and Canada, regardless of wherever you are. We also have over 80 plus employees literally across the world. And also we have engagement with over 170 plus industry experts that will give you the experience that you need to get to the job. All right. So who is this person speaking to you today? My name is Ifemena Ipro. I'm the co-founder of Amdari. And in my experience, I've helped a ton of immigrants land their first job in the tech space in the last 6-7 years now. All right. And in that duration, the number is currently sitting at 3,000 plus people. That's through my first platform called Analytics, and then second platform, which is Amdari. We've done over 1,500 plus people in the space of 2 years. So what my experience, what's it like? I've not always worked in the tech space. So I also pivoted like most people today that are looking at pivoting careers. I also pivoted careers. And that's why it became a life goal for me to help immigrants like myself get more opportunities in the tech space. And that's what I want to show you today. So quite a number of people are looking at navigating careers, getting a job in the NHS, getting a job essentially. How are you supposed to do that? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So I got my own first job, and then, how did I get my first job? I'm probably going to speak about that today. But essentially, I want to walk you through with my experience applying for jobs, getting jobs with Fortune 500 organizations. How do I do the same with you? How do you do the same thing? All right. So that's essentially what we're going to be looking at today. And in terms of success, just to let you know that what we're doing today is something you can start to implement today. All right. These are things you can actually start to implement today. And these are the things that have made our people successful. That if you do the same thing, you will most likely be successful. So you see, 6 out of 10 of our interns will land a job in 4 months. Okay, 6 out of 10 of our interns will land a job in 4 months, and then the number increases to 9 within 7 months. So in 7 months, 9 out of 10 of our interns will get a job. That's a 90% chances of you getting a job. And number 2 is 85% of our interns get at least 2 interviews within the first 4 to 6 weeks. How do we do this? I'm going to show you. All right. Number 3 is 100% of people who land jobs say the work experience internship, and the reference letter is what helped them get the job. How does all these things come together for the NHS application? I'm going to tell you. All right. So the key thing here is you getting a job. All right. So you can see the success factor that we owe to bear is not that we've trained 500 people, we've trained 15,000 people. No, our success factor is the number of people that are getting jobs. All right. So if you're today, the goal for you is I want to get a job. I need a job. I need to land this job. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So you see, number 1 is 6 out of 10 of our interns will get a job in 4 months. In 7 months, 9 out of 10 will get a job. 85% of people that start today will get at least 2 interviews in the first 4 to 6 weeks. And 100% of the people that go through the program would say that the internship and the reference letter is exactly what's helped them get the job. And perfect example is what I have here from me. Martha got a job as a data analyst. I went through the data analytics track with Amdari, okay, and eventually got a job with the NHS, working as a people HR advisor. So you see it here, everything is addressed to Amdari. They are both named person, they offer the post of people HR advisor, and have been giving us as giving permission for us to approach you for reference. I'll be grateful if you let me know. Let me have your opinion regarding the suitability for the post. That is Martha. She got a job as an HR advisor. We also have Sneha, okay? Also went through the project management, work experience program in Andari. Also got a job with the Royal Berkshire NHS Trust, working, she got a job essentially. We also have Bianca that also got a job with the Leeds Teaching Hospital, working as a perinatal quality governance specialist, working with Leeds. So we do have that track record of people that have come on board and they've gotten jobs. And this basically are references. These are the reference that I told you about earlier, that 100% of people that have landed jobs said work experience reference, because most employers would ask you for reference. And this is exactly why we're doing the reference for you. All right. So you can see it here. GRC consultant with Amdari internship. So you see, went through the GRC consulting track, applied for jobs, and eventually got a job with the NHS, working as a perinatal quality governance specialist. So that's GRC. So if you have friends of yours today and they're wondering, can I get a job in GRC? Yes, you can. And this is a perfect example. So you also see, Abidemi also went through the project management work experience program and secured an opportunity with a Sussex partnership NHS Foundation Trust. That's another NHS. So if I spend today to talk about people that we currently have working with the NHS, I don't think we're going to leave here. That's with you. I said we have over 70% of people that have gone through that are currently working with the NHS. So we know exactly what to do when you're looking at working with the NHS. All right. So we also have chicken maker that went through our SOC and Threat Intelligence Work Experience program. Got a job as a cybersecurity officer with the NHS, with actually the Southeastern Health and Social Care Trust. So you see everything here, Mr. Philomena April, and you can see everything. The above named person is an applicant for the post of this, and has been given a name for the reference, this, and everything. It is therefore vital that you complete this reference honestly and accurately. So this guy got a job, that's Chicken Maker got a job as a cybersecurity officer. And you can see the role of referencing in your application with the NHS. So if today you might have the right experience, or if you don't have that UK experience or that UK company to back up your experience, you might just be a little bit behind. Okay. All right. So this is Pedro. Pedro got a job as OT security, full business sponsorship with the NHS. And we have a ton of them like this, getting jobs in data analytics, data science, project management, business analysis, that have done the same thing over and over again. And I'm probably going to share some of them with you, but this is Pedro. And he got a job as an OT security specialist. And the reason why this is so interesting for us is most people today are struggling to get a job in cybersecurity. Now, the person that went through our program got a job as an OT security specialist. Such an experienced role, right? For someone that never used to, work in that capacity before. So what did we do? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So in today's session, I'll be talking about cracking the NHS, your job application process, what recruiters actually want to see, and the strategies of landing more interviews. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's session. So if you're excited about this, please give me a thumbs up. If you're excited about this, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Let's go. Only one person, only Aisha is excited. Only Aisha is excited. Imagine. All right, no problem. Mo. That's okay. That's fine. All right, so let's get started. Let's jump straight into it without wasting too much time. So we're gonna go straight into the conversation today. Okay. All right. So how to leverage your past experience. For most of us are looking at transitioning. Most of us have, we're not coming from a technical space. So how do you leverage your past experience as a teacher, as a care worker, whatever the case might be? How do you leverage that past experience, and how do we help you leverage that experience? We're going to talk about that. Our Amdari experience, work experience internship, how it guarantees you a job in the UK. We're going to talk about that, and how to get started, essentially. Some of you are taking the 1 week free internship. So that's just giving you a tip of the iceberg, okay? Just a tip of the iceberg to what the internship is going to, what the internship is going to, scope is going to look like. So let's play a game, okay? And who would you hire? And this is how we're starting our application process, all right? So Number one, let's play the role of recruiter within the NHS. We are playing the role of a recruiter within the NHS. And now this person is looking at, you're currently playing the role of a recruiter looking to hire a project manager for NHS. Okay, so you're currently recruiting for the role of a project manager with the NHS. Now, the person you're looking for should have healthcare experience. The person should have cross-functional project experience. The person should have Prince 2 implementation project experience. So that's what you're looking for. Healthcare, cross-functional experience, Prince 2 implementation experience. So now that's what you're looking for. Now you have a list of candidates. You have 3 candidates. You have Coyote, you have Azizat, and you have Mary. You have 3 people that have applied for this role. All right. Now, number 1 is Coyote. He has a master's in project management. He has PMP and Prince 2 certifications. No project management experience. Okay. Then prior experience, he was working in banking. Okay, he did experience in banking, which has nothing to do with healthcare. Remember. Now we have Azizat. Okay, has a master's in international business and management. Okay, PMP certification, project management experience, both in construction and oil and gas. She has no healthcare experience, so her experience is limited to project management experience in oil and gas. Okay, construction and oil and gas. All right. No Prince 2 project experience. This person has not done anything in Prince 2. All right. And the last person is C. So we have Mary. Okay. Mary has a master's in business administration. No certification, no PMP, no Prince 2 certification, nothing. All right. Project management experience, both in real estate and technology. Okay. Project management experience, both in real estate and technology. And now the last part is she has completed healthcare Prince 2 projects and understand how it is being implemented in the NHS. So that's the last person. Now this last person has no certification. Project management experience in real estate and technology, but nothing in healthcare, really. But now she has completed healthcare Prince 2 projects and understands how it is implemented in the NHS. See, within your heart, okay, I want you to think about this, or your mind, your brain, just think about this. Who would you hire? Okay. A, that has no project management experience, and the only experience he has is in banking. Or B, that has a PMP certification, but experience is majorly in oil and gas and construction, nothing in healthcare. And lastly, she doesn't even have a Prince 2 project experience, not even a certification. She has no experience with Prince 2. Now, we also have number 3. Masters, no certification, project management experience in real estate and technology, and has completed healthcare projects, leveraging Prince 2 for implementation, and especially she has that knowledge of how the NHS works. Who would you go with? So just put it in the comment. Let's see. All right. Most likely C. All right. Gladys is going with C. We have quite a number of people going with C. All right. And I'm pretty sure most of us will go with C because we know without a doubt that this is the type of people that we're looking for. All right. We'll most likely will go with C. All right. So you see, the key thing here is we're going with C. Now, C doesn't have any certification. All of us are going with C. All right. But C has no certification. She did not do a master's in project management. Okay. But she just has a slight experience in real estate. She has experience in real estate and technology. But she has completed projects in healthcare and in NHS. So it means that if you do all these things, all right, you have a higher likelihood of actually getting a job, even if you don't have all the degrees, the certificates, and all the things that we have there. Now let's go practically. Now let's go live session, and let's take a look at this. All right, this is Charles. And the reason why I came up with a scenario is so that you understand this better, okay? Because most of us today are either working a job that we don't want, okay? Either you're doing a survival job. Like when I moved to the UK, when I moved out of the country initially, I was working in the warehouse, all right? So how do you move from those kind of places? You work in a warehouse, you're working a care job, you're doing something that it's not necessarily fulfilling for your career. How do you make progress? That's exactly what we want to talk about today. So that's the reason why I was like, let me come up with a scenario to make you understand exactly what you need to get a job in the NHS. All right. So this is Charles. Okay, Charles currently works in the care space. Okay, works in care with prior experience in customer service. So this is a typical person that's gotten a job. This is a typical user that has gone through Amdari that eventually got a job. So they're not coming from a strong technical background. Okay, like Charles, this person is working in care. Prior experience is in customer service. Okay, now has completed some courses in business analysis and needs help landing a visa sponsored job with the NHS. Do we have anybody here working looking for visa sponsorship? Just give me a thumbs up if you're currently looking at visa sponsorship. Aisha, Christabel, Daniel. So, okay, awesome. All right. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to be exploring that. So we're going to be looking at project management, but it doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to be looking at business analysis. So let's take a look at business analysis. So this is Charles. He's looking at getting a job. He has completed some courses in business analysis and needs help to land a job, a visa sponsored job within the NHS. All right. So let's go straight into it. Without wasting too much time. Let's go practical. This is about minutes. I think I'm doing well with time. All right. I'm doing well with time. So like I said, if you have anybody that would benefit greatly from this, please send them across. Send them here. So let's go online and search for NHS Jobs UK. So let's take a look at NHS Jobs UK. Before we go, let's just go to the website first off. Then I'll bring out the person's CV first off, and then we'll start with revamping the person's CV. So I'm going to go to search. All right, and then before I start to search for jobs, okay, before I start to do navigating the job market, okay, navigating the NHS job board, let's take a look at the person's CV. I'm going to bring in Charles' CV, okay, so that we can take a look at it, okay, Charles. So this is Charles' CV, all right. I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see it very well. All right, so Charles, his last name is Drinkwater, okay? Charles Drinkwater is currently based in London, UK. This is his email, his LinkedIn. This is a fictitious person. It's not a real person, okay? All right, so you can see his experience is majorly, you see his healthcare and social care professional. So, I mean, that's what he's doing at the moment. So it's any job he's looking for at the moment is usually in the healthcare space. So it really doesn't have any business analyst CV, all right? So we're going to be looking at that in a few minutes. Okay, core skills, you see care delivery, person-centered practice, safeguarding. So this has nothing to do with business analysis, like zero has nothing to do with business analysis. And most of our CVs look like this, all right? I see CVs every other week, all right? So I know what I'm saying. So currently is a carer, okay, working care worker with London Carer Group, London, UK. Like I said, this is not fictitious. This is not an actual person. All right. Customer service experience, teacher, then education, and everything is there. All right. Everything there. But everything is tailored majorly to the care space. But we're going to be looking at this person now, and we're going to be helping the first thing first. As an Amdari, if you are an intern with Amdari, okay, if you're an intern with Amdari, what are we going to do first? What's the first thing we are going to do for you? All right. The first thing is to review your CV. So before you start to apply for job on the NHS board, the first thing that we're going to do is to review your CV. And how do we do that? How do we do that? I'm going to show you exactly how we do that for our people on board. All right. I'm going to go to the Amdari, CV review site. Okay. I'm going to put my Charles's full name. So his name is Charles Drinkwater. That's the full name. Email address. I'm going to correctly use my email because I want to receive the email. I want to show you what the email would look like. All right. So this is the phone number I'm going to use. Click on next. Profile, LinkedIn profile. I'm just going to say AC, or let me just copy it from the web. Let me copy it from the Word document. Okay. Just give me a second so I don't waste too much time. Okay, give me 1 second. Care with our CV. So I'm going to get that. This is Drinkwater's LinkedIn profile. I'm going to put it there. If you have a GitHub URL, you can add it. Okay, I'm going to click on next. So the first thing I want to do is CV review. Okay, that's the first thing I want to do. So the current CV is a carer CV. And if I use a CV for a business analyst role, I'm setting myself up for failure. Do you understand? It's not going to work. I'm not going to get any callback. Okay. And the easiest way for me to explain this is if you want to go to fix your phone, You want to go, something is wrong with your iPhone, for example. You want to go fix your iPhone and you go into the store and the person that you meet tells you, give me the phone. Okay, your phone is broken, the screen is broken. Let me take a look at it. And while the person takes the phone from you, you look at the person's overall, the jacket the person is wearing, and the person has cleaner written on it. You would hesitate for a few minutes to say that your jacket has cleaner. You're the one that is going to undo my phone, like my iPhone 17. I bought, thousands of dollars, whatever the case might be. Are you the one that's going to undo my phone? You're a cleaner. Do you understand? So you're going to have reservation about that person to fix you, even if that person is the person that can actually fix the phone. But you're going to have reservation because the jacket the person is wearing has cleaner written on it. Has cleaner written on it. So you're going to hesitate. You're going to ask questions. Do you understand? That's the same way. So even if this person is a business analyst, this person is a sound business analyst. But with this CV, it's destructive because it has nothing to do with business analysis. So the first step that we want to do, and that's what I'm working on, is to help you clean up that CV and have a business analyst CV. All right. So I'm direct internship details. I'm going to say business analysis. All right. I'm going to click on next. What course are you in? I can select any month. It doesn't matter. Doesn't change anything. So now, what is your target role? So I'm looking at getting a job as a business analyst. So I'm going to click on business analyst. Would you like your CV to be tailored to a specific industry? Maybe yes and no, depending. For this particular one, I'm going to say no. All right. And I'm going to click on next. All right. So that CV I showed you, this CV, I'm just gonna close it so that I don't have anything affecting it. All right. So I'm gonna go get that CV. I have it in my downloads. Okay, yes, this is it here. Care worker CV. I'm gonna click on open and I'm gonna click on submit. I'm gonna click on submit. So now what this is gonna do for me. Now, Dari, we've built this CV review engine that helps you take your CV and revamps it to something that you could start to use immediately, immediately. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my email and I'm going to bring up I'm going to bring up the email that I'm going to receive. Okay. So I'm going to do that in like a few minutes. The reason why I'm walking through all this process because it has to start with your CV. All right. It has to start with your CV. Now, I'm just going to bring up this to my screen now so you can see it. All right. So you can see it here. Your optimized CV is ready. Okay. I, Charles Drinkwater, great news. We've completed a comprehensive 8 years optimization of your CV for the business analyst role. The optimized CV is attached in 2 formats. The 8 years optimized CV, and we also have the structured CV, visually enhanced with Amdari branding for recruiters review and networking. All right. So before we scan for a business analyst role, this CV was a 31% score, was 31%. But now after the review, it's now sitting at 89%. That's a plus 58 points reviewed. And we're going to take a look at them side by side. So the first thing is this, the CV aspect. All right. But you see how we did it in like a minute. Okay. I'm going to show you the CV in a few minutes. So you see, detailed score breakdown. We have the keyword and skills, ATS formatting, achievement and codification, contact information, section coverage on language and action verb. So initially, this is a 4/25, 7/20, 4/20, 5/10, 7/15, and all that. You can see how the poor scores were there before. And you can see how everything has increased from a 4 to a 23 to a 19 to a 17 to a 10, and so on and so forth. All right. Now, your strength. Now, your strength basically is looking at your care experience. Now, if you take a look at the CV, I'm going to bring it up again. You'll find out that the Charles CV, Charles, for example, has worked as a carer, okay, has worked in customer service, and has also worked as a teacher. So this guy is not coming from a place of technical background. This person is not coming from a place of anything technical. Charles just completed some courses in business analysis, but needs to get a job as a business analyst with the NHS. I'm walking you through this with the most below the belt candidates that can exist. Okay, that's what I want you to understand. This is below the belt in the sense that this person doesn't have any business analysis experience. So what are we doing with this person? We are helping this person revamp their experiences Okay, that's the first thing that we're going to do. Help you revamp this experience. All this teaching, customer service and care experience, how do we work with it? That's exactly what we're going to do. All right. So you see, the person's current strength is strong client-facing background. So customer service to carer. The person has good conversation, should have good client conversational skills. All right. Experience documenting information accurately, evidence of working across different environments, experience with compliance, confidentiality, because you're a carer, there's certain rules that you need to keep when you're taking care of people. That's basically what the tool has decoded as your strength. The tool also has looked at areas areas to be improved on, and we also have key transformations made. So it's basically looking at the key transformation that are to be made to your CV. So reposition the candidate as a business analytics consultant and business analyst with a professional summary tailored to a regulated service environment. Okay, translated customer service, teaching, and care experience into requirement capture, process improvement, stakeholder management, and documentation language. All right, added a business analyst tool set aligned to market expectation and so on and so forth. So you see, basically, it's looking at what you need to transition in your CV. That's the first thing. If you don't have a great CV, your application is faulted from the beginning. All right. So next step, review both CV versions attached to this email. Use the HTS optimized version for online job application. Use the structured version for networking, recruiter outreach, and email publication and email application. Customize each application by adjusting the professional summary to match the specific description. I'm going to show you how to do that briefly. Update your LinkedIn profile using the same keywords and achievements. All right. So you see, that's essentially. So these are the two ones that we received. The two CV that we received. So you can see this is the ATS optimized CV. Okay. So it's ATS optimized because certain keywords that should appear on your CV appears at the right place as a business analyst. Now, if you're not a business analyst, just take it as okay, this tool would also help me do the same thing for my course, project management, data analytics, so on and so forth. All right. So that's basically it. Okay. Technical skills, everything is written. Core skills, these are all like, keywords that you should have on your CV. And you see here, it has revamped the experience to have business analytics consultant with Amdari UK, with the dates and everything in there. All right. It has given you a default that you're currently working with Amdari as a business analytics consultant. All right. And you can see your carer. So we're going to see changes the naming convention because it's not going to work for us. Okay, we're going to change the naming conventions. Our customer service officer, we're going to change it to something business analysis inclined. Carer, we're going to change it. So for some people, we might totally expunge this, depending. We might totally expunge this from your experience because we don't want to give any doubt that you are qualified enough to take that role. So we might expunge this depending on your past experience. So if you're new to the UK and you've done this for like 6 months, 8 months, we might have to leave it out of your CV. All right. But if you've been doing this for like 3 years, there are ways that we work with those people to help you with your 3, 4 years, 6 years of care experience, and you've not been doing anything technical. We can always work around that. Okay. Your customer service experience, we're going to change the naming. Teacher, we're going to change everything to the right role. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this one. So this is the structured optimizing. I've noticed that most people still go ahead working with this. So if you want to work with this also works perfectly. All right. So I'm just going to make adjustment to what I said earlier. All right. So the naming convention is what I'm going to keep. Okay. So now this is a business analyst consultant. I'm going to leave that there. Care worker. I'm going to change that because it doesn't serve the purpose of what I want to do. So I'm going to change this to like a let's say a business analyst or a process analyst. Let's just keep it as a process analyst. Okay. Process analyst. Okay. Now, and that's the first one. Then this particular one, I'm going to change it to something that has to do with, let's just call it a business analyst. Okay. And this particular one, I'll change this from the teacher to, let's say, project coordinator role. or a junior business analyst or whatever the case might be. So I'm just going to make this adjustment. So if you take a look at this, you'll see that the roles have been tailored to business analysts within the industry. So if you take a look at this business analyst, the first one, let's take what discovery sessions to capture business requirement, map out current state workflows, and define future state process improvement. This was not in the earlier CV. Do you understand? Now, this particular one was a carer role. You see, it would tailor it to care, but core business analysis. You see, maintain accurate case notes, shift handovers, and care plan updated for a caseload of X adult number of people. These are things that you can adjust as you go, but we'll leave it as is. So you see, one of the major things is once you submit this document, you can easily just book a review session with one of our employability experts, and then you can go ahead to review your CV. Do you get me? So that's something that we do essentially. So once you get your CV, you still get to book a session with an employability expert to help you go through these things together and explain. All right. So identify changes in need, risk, and behavior early, escalating issues promptly, and contributing to reviews that improve the individual support plan and safeguarding outcome. So essentially, it has taken those your experiences and has changed it from whatever it was to something business analysis and client. So it could be BA, it could be project management, it could be cybersecurity. It really doesn't matter. It's going to do the revamping. But do you stop here? No. So I'm going to save the CV now. Okay, I'm going to save the CV, and I think that's pretty much it. I'm okay. So I think I've changed the job titles. Everything is fine. I'm going to just close this, and then let's go and search for a job. Now we have a CV. Okay, now we have a CV that we can actually work with. It's optimized. It's good. Is it what I'm going to use for all my job application? No, that's not what I'm going to use for all my job application. So what would I use? I'm going to share with you in a few minutes. So now, let's search for a job on the NHS board. Let's search for a job on the NHS board. So I'm going to come here and search for a job, okay? And I'm going to search for business analyst because we're looking at Charles. Charles is looking at getting a job as a business analyst. So I'm going to search for a role. So you see, when I search for a business analyst role, I see I have 3,641 jobs found for business analyst, correct? 3,641. But now, what if I add other keywords like process and change? So now process analyst, change management, so on and so forth. These are roles that you can do as a business analyst. If you add the last two, let me just add one more, system. Or let's just keep it as 2 for now, okay? Let's just keep it as 2. And I click on search. Just adding 2 keywords, process and change, it increased my job opportunities from 3,600 plus to over 8,000 opportunities. Just 2 other keywords. What if I add a third one? Okay, I add the word system. So you can work as a business systems analyst, you can work as a system analyst, and so on and so forth. Add another about 1,000, roughly about 1,100, okay, roles added to this. So imagine if you don't know that you could work as a process analyst, you could work as a change manager, or you could work as a system analyst or a business systems analyst. You would just be thinking that there are no other opportunities for you within the NHS. So take, for example, I was sharing with you earlier, the people that have gotten jobs, even looking at GRC, for example, all right, or just taking a look at this, okay, OT security. OT security is not cyber security. So if you go online and search for cyber security roles in the NHS, you likely will not see that. You most likely, because it's operations technology. It doesn't have anything to do with cybersecurity. All right. I'm going to go back again. You see, there's a perinatal governance. Okay. So you see this also. You see perinatal quality governance specialist. How do you know that this is GRC? That's navigating the job market. So you understanding the type of roles that you could apply to. It's very, very crucial, 100% crucial to you actually getting that job. Okay, so let's just move ahead. Okay, so I'm going to search, and then you can see that. Okay, so you see business change analyst. Beautiful. The first one that we see there is a business change analyst. If you search for a business analyst, you most likely would have not seen that because the keyword change is not there. All right, but we'll take a look at everything with him. So now you're looking for sponsorship. Now, if you're not looking for sponsorship, please apply to as many as you can. But if you're looking at getting visa sponsorship, what do you need to do? You can't apply to 9,000 jobs because not all of them can sponsor your visa. All right. Um, Not all of them can sponsor your visa. So what do? I'm going to come to this, refine your search. I'm going to refine my search because for sponsorship, the job has to be a full-time job. It can't be part-time. It can't be a job share. It can't be compressed hour. It can't be annualized hours. No, it has to be full-time. So out of these 9,000 jobs that I have there, some of them might be part-time. So I'm going to select full-time for working part-time. Contract type, I'm going to select permanent. I'm going to select permanent. All right. And then you have pay range. I'm going to select 40 to 50, 50 to 60 pounds. All right. And I'm going to click on apply filters. Okay. And then you see a filter is everything down. The reason why I selected, salary, we all know that the sponsorship rate, if you're looking at getting visa sponsorship, it is 41,700. That's the base salary for most people to get sponsored. And from my own experience in the UK, if your desire is to get a job that pays you £45,000, don't look for only 45k pound roles. Okay, look for 45 to 60,000. The reason why that is some organizations are willing to pay you 45,000 for that role. A project manager, a business analyst, they're willing to pay you 45,000 pounds per annum. Some other organization for that exact same role, they're willing to pay you 60,000 pounds. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? They're willing to pay you that exact 60,000 pounds. So it's the same role, it's just different organizations that have different pay range. Same thing within the NHS. So if you say you're looking for a salary of 41,000 and you want to only select 40 to 50k, you might actually be shooting yourself in the leg because you might actually get your first job and your first job is 55,000 pounds or 60,000 pounds. Do you understand? So how do you reckon that? How do you reconcile those things? So that's the reason why I tell most people 40 to 50, 50 to 60. Go for the interview, negotiate for your salary, and you might actually just get beyond what you're expecting. And that's exactly what we do. Like, literally at Amdari, we do mentorship session, salary negotiation, and all the things to help you get the best of your deals when you apply for a job. So I'm going to click on apply filter, and I have my 1,867 business analyst role basically that I have in the UK. All right. So let's take a look at the first one. This is 39 to 42,000 pounds, which is good. All right. You say business change project. Now, if you're a finance person, like you have a background in finance, you've done finance, but you're pivoting, this is a good career path for you to go into. You have the business intelligence analyst, you have the business data manager, and so on and so forth. All right. So let's take a look at this without wasting too much time. I'm going to take a look at the first one. Let's say we want to apply for this job as a business analyst. We want to apply for this job. How do we go about this? All right. That's exactly what we're going to talk about in a few minutes. So now, the first thing first, I want to paint a picture for you. All right. And this picture is essentially, I'm going to use an AI to do this. Okay. I want to use AI to do this. Now, the reason why I want to show you something is most people are blinded to what they need to get a job. Most people are more concerned about what I feel I need. So there are two separate things. What you actually need versus what you feel you need. So most people work with what I feel I need. Oh, what do you think you need to get a job? Oh, I feel like if I have this certification, I would get it. I feel like if I have this, I feel like it's a feeling. All right. So let's do it. This is the digital business automation business analyst. So let's take a look at this role. All right. And I'll write a very simple prompt. Okay. Very simple prompt, to ask Claude to tell me exactly what I need to get this job. So I'm going to say, you are an expert, interviewer, expert. You're an expert in job analysis, interview preparation, and let's just say human resources and HR. I need you to tell me experiences. What experiences I need to learn the job, the job at all. Okay, so I'm just going to paste the job description in there. So very simple prompt. Just told you that it's an expert in job analysis, interview preparation, and human resources. So basically, I needed to tell me exactly what experience that I need to land this job, and I'm going to click on enter. So I'm using the I one. I should have reduced it, but it takes a few seconds for it to run through it. So it's going to take a look at the job description, and it's going to tell me exactly what experiences I need to prioritize to get this job. So you see now, this is a digital what? Digital automation what? Digital automation business analyst. Digital automation business analyst. Okay, so it's taking more than 26 seconds now to give this experience. All right. So for this particular job application process, I'm going to be I'm Dari as a partnership with CV Matchly to help you revamp your experience, to help you tailor your CV. All right. So you see now, beautiful. So here's exactly what gets you shortlisted for this one. Okay. Now let's see. First, how NHS shortlistings work. That's the first thing. Now, this is not a feeling. This is a methodology that we have studied that has worked for us. So the NHS job applications are scored mechanically against the person's specification. And let's go to person specification and scroll down to person specification. You see it here. Now, this is person specification. Ability to communicate complex and sensitive information relating to service change, automation, and AI to a wide range of technical and non-technical stakeholders. Now, do you have that experience? Maybe, but do you position yourself like that on your CV? I doubt it. But let's see. Let's just go through it. A recruiter goes down the list and ticks whether your form evidences each line. If an essential criterion isn't visible evidence in your supporting statement, you are out before anyone reads for quality. So you see, it's not a situation of, when they read it, they will know I can do the job. All right. So if your idea is when I apply, somebody's going to read my statement, somebody's going to read my application, and they would know I can do the job. No, nobody has that time. This is not me that's saying it. If it was me saying this, it would look as if I'm just selling a program or I'm just selling an internship to get you started. No, it is if an essential criteria isn't visibly evident in your supporting statement, you are out before anyone reads for quality. So the experience you need is really experience you can name, date, and quantify against each bullet point. All right. So the essential gateways. Okay. So you see, junior PM experience in a complex organization. So this is an experience that you need to have. This is a hard one. Complex means multi-site, multi-stakeholders, competing priorities, formal governance. You need at least one role where your job title or your documented responsibility was requirement works, not just I did some analysis alongside my day job. So you see, this is telling you that you need experience. At least as a junior BM working in a complex environment, you need that experience. Full BA lifecycle evidence on at least 2 projects. This is not me. This is Claude that is giving you this. So most people today would never really find out what they need in order for them to get a job. All right. A quantified process improvement, facilitation you can describe correctly and concretely, options appraisals or business case presented to a decision-making forum. So you see, these are things that, you need to have in order for you to get this job. Now, the key question is, do you have all these things? Have you worked in a complex economic situation? Do you have this multi-stakeholder, competing priorities, full BA, lifecycle evidence? Do you have all these processes frameworks? Do you have all these things under your belt? If without a doubt you have all these things under your belt, then you're good to go. You don't need this session, actually, to be honest. All right. So now let's apply for this job as an Andari person. So the first thing you need to do is the CV I have today. So the CV I downloaded. So I'm just going to go back to my CV. So that's the one that I have optimized. All right. The one I optimized. I'm just going to bring it back up. All right. This particular one if I use the CV against this job, how would I perform? First thing first, let's test it. All right. So we have a tool called CV Matchly. All right. What it does is it helps you scrape the job, so you don't need to copy and paste. Like I copied and pasted to put on Claude. I don't need to do that. Okay. So what I want to do now is I'm going to click here to open to upload my CV. I'm going to click here to upload my CV. Correct. I think it's something on my computer. Let me just refresh the page. Just give me a second. Okay, I think it opens up a new page real quick. All right, let me just use one of my business analyst CV. I'm going to analyze. Okay, so you see, it's going to analyze my CV against the job description. All right, it's going to analyze my CV against the job description. And now what this would do for me essentially is it would tell me, is my CV good or bad? And this is an 88% on one of the CVs I have before. So if I click, I want to try to use my current, I'm not sure why this is giving me this issue. Just give me a second. I think there's a pop-up that usually comes up. So I'm guessing the pop-up has disappeared. Yeah, this is it. All right, so this is the pop-up I was looking for. So if I close this now, it should work perfectly. I'm just going to click here to upload my CV. Choose the CV. I'm going to, the one I just optimized. This is the optimized, I'm very structured optimized CV. I'm going to click on open. And that's basically it. Okay. So it's analyzing my CV now. This optimized CV, the one I just optimized using our direct portal, is optimizing it. It's analyzing it against the job description. So let's see how I do against this job description. All right. So it takes about 10 seconds. Now this is giving me a 70%. You will close. A few improvements could significantly boost your CV, optimize your CV to reach 90+%. Okay. So it will also do like what we call is sponsorship analysis, and it's looking at the Worcestershire. Sorry, that's a terrible pronunciation. All right, acute hospital NHS trust, and this is telling you there's a worker A rating. They can sponsor you on the skilled worker visa. Shortly list business analyst is on the shortly list. Yes, the salary threshold is above threshold, so you're good. So it's telling you that this is a good opportunity for you to apply to. If you're a business analyst, they're looking at visa sponsorship. This role is good for you to go. Now the other things is match keyword, and we also have missing keyword. Match keywords are keywords that I match. Okay, but the missing keywords are the ones that you need to have on your CV. So automation, AI, service now, clinical safety, NHS environment, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to click on optimize CV. All right, and you'll see all these things that you have there. Include any experience or training related to agile methodologies and tools such as ServiceNow or Jira more explicitly. Highlight any exposure to automation and AI projects, even if limited. It's just telling you, just mention it. And this is NHS application. Like I said, that's the reason why I did the stuff earlier, so you can see exactly why project experience is very important for most of the experiences that you're looking at getting. All right. So for CV templates, you can I'll select any one of them. Let me just select, NHS healthcare, depending the CV template for that. I'm going to use Word so that we can take a look at it together. All right. So let me just use PDF. I'll just go straight to PDF. Generate optimize CV. I'm going to click on optimize. So now it's going to take a look at my CV. So you can see most of the tools that we're using are tools that you're going to get access to. All right. And this is how we prepare for this role, to apply for this role. So we need a great CV, and that's exactly what we're doing. So this is looking at your application, it's taking a look at your CV, and it is tailoring your CV to this job position. All right. So if I say that, oh, you can do it by yourself, it's likely going to take you hours. All right. And how many jobs can you apply to if you have to use it in this day and age where we're using AI for most of the stuff that we're working on? If you're using ChatGPT to tailor your CV, on average, it's going to take a very good user on how to use Word, how to use AI. It's probably going to take you between 15 to 30 minutes to review your CV. But this tool does it in less than a minute. Now, if I download the Optimize CV, I'm going to click on Optimize CV. Okay, and this is exactly what I get. All right. So I'm just going to close this down and bring it up again. All right. So you see, Charles Drinkwater is digital automation business analyst. You can see how it has leveraged the keyword. All right. So anybody that reads this, that opens up this, or that reviews this knows exactly like this person is exactly the person that we're looking for. All right. Professional summary from a carer. Remember, this guy was a carer before. Okay, so the person has taken a look at this, your years of experience, and has tailored it to the role of a business analyst. I'm a business analyst with 8 years plus of experience in regulated people-focused services, specializing in identifying automation and AI opportunities. If you take a look at the earlier one, that's not exactly what I have here. So I'm a business analyst and a business analytics consultant with 8 years of experience across regulated services, customer operations, and people. But now, nothing about AI, nothing about automation. This has included all those necessary keywords, technology keywords into your professional summary to cover exactly what you need. Now, core skills. You have the core skills, staff, stakeholder engagement, requirement elicitation, process mapping, all the keywords that you need to have in the CV. Technical skills, the same thing, everything that you need, to have everything in there. Work experience, business analytics consultant with, I'm Dari, led stakeholder discovery, process mapping, workshops, Everything has been tailored to the role that you're looking for. This was a carer, remember. So you can see how everything has been tailored specifically within the healthcare space. Okay, business analyst, you see with Total Bank, working as a customer service representative, analyze customer operations and map out end-to-end process, everything tailored to core BA functionalities. All right, and that's what you have that you can use. Now you have a great CV that you can use to apply for this role. Now, what else would you need? Now, for most applications, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on apply, and let's take a look at this real quick. So in like 5-10 minutes, I should be done. All right. I'm just going to put in my email and password. Okay. All right. I'm going to sign in, and this should take us to track. Okay. This should take us to track, start application. And if it doesn't take us to track, it's pretty much the same way. I'm just going to go straight into it. All right. So you see, now this is the part where we come in. Now, CV Matchly, which is the tool that we use, also has this auto apply feature, okay, that you could also use to fill in all this information in a matter of time. All right, you can actually use AI to do all that. So to fill, all you need to do is review and submit yourself. So literally the agent stopped before submitting, check each answers on the page before submitting. But we're not going to look at this auto submission today or auto application today. We're going to be doing this by ourselves. So you see, one of the key things, every information, personal information, you have that already. You can put in your personal information, right to work, you can answer that question, qualification, training, job history. Just get everything from the CV that you have. So every time I ask you a question, what job functions, job opportunities, you can always, just copy it from your CV and paste it in there. All right. But that's the reason why we have this information here. Because if we've optimized your CV, why do you need to fill it out yourself again? So that's exactly why we are doing this. Okay. Add your supporting evidence. Now this is exactly what we add here. So you see here, if an essential criterion isn't visible evidence in your supporting statement. Now that's exactly why I wanted to show this. All right, this is your supporting evidence. So essential and desirable criteria. Now, how do you generate your supporting statement? That's the question most people have. All right, how do you decide? How do you come up with this? So that's exactly what we do with CV Matchly again. So, and this is the reason why we have a collaboration with CV Matchly, because now I'm just applying for it. So I'm going to go to my job application tracker. This CV Matchly, my dashboard. This is the digital automation business analyst role I just applied. I just reviewed my CV for. All right. I can easily just come here and click on generate supporting statement. So do I want PDF? I'm going to go with PDF, and it's going to be generating my PDF supporting statement. All right. So it's going to generate my supporting statement, and you can see how the workflow works. From someone that doesn't have any experience to a CV revamped for you to a CV optimized for the job opportunity to going ahead to generate your supporting statement. So if I come back here, all right, and I click on these three ellipses and I click on this, all right, it's going to print it out for me. Okay, so Charles Drinkwater, So what it has done again is it has taken a look at my CV, the optimized CV. It has taken a look at that CV, it's taken a look at the job description, and it has tailored my CV. It has written a supporting statement tailored specifically to that role. All right. So I'm a business analyst with over 8 years of experience in regulated portfolio focus, da 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 da. So it's literally going to write you a supporting statement tailored to the role that you're going into. Now, the reason why we have so much success, it's not because we're doing all this mathematical, all this stuff, to get it done. These guys are still going to work on very valid NHS projects, UK civil service projects, NHS, yeah, I say NHS again, private sector projects, so that's startup projects in the UK. You're going to work on this project. So you're going to get this experience from automation to using AI to working within the NHS, understanding the NHS core values. We have staff, we have people within the NHS that you're going to be working with to gain this experience. That's essentially how it works. Okay, so you see, at the end of the day, you have a supporting statement that clearly communicates exactly what you need to be successful in this job opportunity. And you can take this statement or this supporting statement and you can use it in your job application process. So these are the major things that you would need for your job application process with the NHS. All right. And by the time you're coming in, you would have access to the auto apply feature that you can easily use to fill up all these things and make it easy for you to apply for this job opportunity. And that's exactly what we do to help you get what you're looking for. Now, if you've learned a thing or two from this, please give me a thumbs up. If you've learned a thing or two from today's session, just give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right. So you see, applying for a job on the NHS job board, it's not, it's straightforward. I mean, it's one of the easiest job boards that I've honestly worked in. We work with, to be honest with you, it's one of the easiest job boards, but a lot of people make so much mistakes, and that's exactly why we do all the things that we're doing today. All right. So you see, Pedro, I spoke about Pedro. Laura got a job also with the UK Civil Service. She got a job, just a few months after she registered. She started the internship, and she got a job as a document controller, working for one of the largest civil service departments. We also have Darlington that got a job working as a business analyst. It went through the business analysis program, but got a job as a selection and implementation lead with one of the leading, organizations in the UK. That's Centalina. All right. So you see, these are people that went through the consulting program. So cybersecurity consulting for Pedro, Jersey Arnold consulting for Laura, and Darlington went through the business analyst consulting program. We also have Faith, got a job as a project manager. Jerry got 2 offers, one with the UK Civil Service and one with the NHS. All right. Charles also got a job, all right, leading, project management for someone that never used to work as a project manager, working in project management. We also have Abisoye that got a job also in cybersecurity. You could see here, cybersecurity, you can see SOC analyst and direct contract. And he got a job with the Royal Devon University NHS Trust, Foundation Trust, working as a cybersecurity specialist. So you see, these are people that have gone through the program, gotten jobs in the NHS. We have this also. We have Fidelia that got a job. You see, Fidelia went through the business analysis work experience program and landed a business analyst opportunity with the Nottinghamshire County Council. So she got, as you see, dear Femina April, Fidelia has applied for the post of Nottingham Council and has nominated you for a reference. You can see a business analyst consultant. So it is Fidelia. So you see, if we, as I've said this several times, that if we spend the whole day speaking about people that have gotten jobs with NHS Trust, UK Civil Service, would likely spend the whole day here. Abike also is one of them, went through the project management work experience program, got the job as a housing delivery project coordinator. And you see, she was here with us for about 7 months, project manager, then she got a job. All right. So you see, these are people that have gone through the program, gone through the work experience consulting program, and they've gotten a job. So how can Amdari help me in like 5 minutes? Let me wrap it up. We're going to help you with 3 things: UK work experience, tailored employability, and job application. These are the 3 things we're going to help you with: work experience, tailored employability, and job application. In terms of work experience, it's a 4-month experience program, 4 months experience consulting program, where you're going to be coming in as a consultant. All right, you're coming as a consultant. You'll be paired with a specialist. All right, You'll be paired with a specialist, and you would also get to work with NHS staff and ex-staff of NHS to gain. Sorry, just give me a second. All right, sorry. You will come in as a consultant, you work with a specialist, and you also get to work with NHS staff and civil service staff within the UK. All right, so consultant, you come in as a consultant, you're paired with a specialist that has a minimum of 5 to 10 years of experience working in that domain. You also get to work with NHS staff to understand how project management has been implemented, how business analysis has been implemented, data analytics, data science, cybersecurity. You get to work with these people to understand the inner workings of the NHS, and now you can also get a job there. So civil service staff, the same thing, we're going to do that. UK startup experience, so you're going to work with UK startups to gain that private sector experience to understand how, data analytics, data science, project management has been implemented in this career path. All right. Now you'll get to work on 3 projects simulated on the NHS and UK civil service, and that's the reason why we have a ton of people getting jobs in those places. You'll get to work on 2 to 3 major projects based on startup. Okay, so based on startup like live UK businesses. All right. Now those are the 5 to 6 projects you're going to be working on. So you could add it to your CV, to your LinkedIn, your data analytics consultant, business analyst consultant, project management consultant, GRC consultant, and so on and so forth. You get like that, recognition. You get to work on those projects, gain the experience that you need. That's essentially what you're going to be working on. All right. So that's 4 months of doing that. In the same 4 months, we are going to help you with your CV. All right, we're going to help you with LinkedIn. We're going to show you how to navigate the job market. What kind of roles can you apply to? What kind of jobs can you get? What kind of opportunities exist for you? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about. Personalized interview preparation. So if you have a great CV, you have a great LinkedIn profile, you know how to navigate the job market, you most likely will land interviews. And that's exactly how we prepare you. We prepare you for those interviews also. So depending on the stage of the interview you're going to, we prepare you for every single stage. All right. On the job support, and last but not the least, online portfolio builder. So we're going to do all this for you in terms of employability. So you might be good technically, but you find that you're not just getting opportunities. That's exactly why we're doing the tailored employability. Last but not the least, we also help you with your job application. And that's the reason why we partner with CV Matcher, because we noticed that a lot of people might come in, gain the experience, but are just very terrible at applying for jobs. Okay? So how do we ensure some level of consistency with people that are applying for jobs? That's exactly where CV Matcher comes in. So CV Matcher helps you tailor your resume to every job position that you're looking for. So rather than thinking, how do I tailor my CV? Do I use one CV to apply for all these jobs? That's exactly what we're running away from. So we designed this, or we partnered with CV Matcher, and we designed this job application sprint to help you apply for more quality jobs. Okay, through the use of CV Matcher to ensure that you are most likely going to get interviews and then eventually leads to a job. That's exactly how it works. So we have a course starting on the 5th of September for people that are currently looking at getting a job, either with the NHS or I just need a job in the UK. This is exactly what you need. All right, and we're willing to work with anybody that's willing to get started. So the program is starting on the 5th of September, which is next month. We have a discount running for only 10 people. We're just taking in 10 people from today's session. Once we get 10 people, and the reason why we're taking 10 people, I would explain to you in a few minutes. So we are guaranteeing you interviews. We want to guarantee these 10 people interviews, job application done for you, and we give you 3 interviews. Now, how does this work? If you go through the 4 months program and you don't get a job, okay, this is a guarantee that we're giving you. You're going through the 4 months program, so September, October, November, December. If you go through the program and you don't get a job, we will take up your job applications ourselves. So we have a team internally that will take up the job application ourselves and would apply for jobs on your behalf and guarantee you 3 interviews. That's what we want to do. All right. Data analytics, business analysis, cybersecurity, GRC, data science. So the actual price of this is going for £800, but we're running a discount, 25% discount to give you at £600. Now, this is only for 10 people from today's session. So if you're willing to take advantage of this from today's session, not tomorrow. Oh, I have the money tomorrow. I need to pay tomorrow. That's it's not going to work that way. We are working with people that are willing to, secure that spot today. Now, you don't have to pay £600 today. You can pay in installments. So you can get started with as low as £100. Okay, you can get started with as low as £100. So I'll guarantee, like I said earlier, if you secure a spot today, number one is you'll get lifetime access to the projects, to the people, to professionals, interview preparation. You'll get lifetime access to that. 3 months free access to CV Match Lead. So in that duration of the internship, you have it for you to apply for jobs and all that. Priority for your CV LinkedIn, priority for CV and LinkedIn optimization, and last but not least, 3 interviews. So 3 guaranteed interviews in the sense that if you don't get a job in 4 months, we guarantee that we are going to take up your application process and apply for jobs and guarantee you 3 interviews. So that's exactly how it works. So if you're looking to get started, I'm just going to walk you through these very quickly. All you need to just go is, I'm just going to assume a new user, search for Amdari online. Okay, you'll see Amdari, click on the first link there. You'll see internship program, click on the internship program. Scroll down, you would have the 6 career paths there, from data analytics, data science, business analysis, project management, SOC, governance. Click on everything, then click on apply now or apply here. For this particular one, we only have 6 slots remaining. So if you want to take advantage of this, take it as soon as possible. Okay, apply now, click on apply now, scroll down, you'll see this. Now, you started in September, click on September. Payment options. Now, if you're looking at getting payment, if you're doing a full payment, you're getting more discounts actually. So I told you £600, but if you're doing a one-time payment, you're getting it at the £499. So you're saving over £300. All right, in the space of in just you securing your spot now today. So you're saving about £300 essentially. Now with the smart plan, you are saving £200, 200 plus pounds. So in order for you to, this is 4 installment payments. You're paying £149 today, all right, to get started. And then every month for 3 months, you're going to pay £150. So you're securing your discount at £149 and you're spending, you're paying £150 monthly for the next 3 months out of the 4 months internship. Now, this is the flexi pay, which is the most flexible pay. This is a bi-weekly payment. So you're starting with £100. You're starting your payment with £100, and every 2 weeks, you pay £91. So depending on what works for you. So first payment is due today. That's £100. Second payment is due 9th of September, 23rd of September, every 2 weeks essentially. And that's the most flexible pay that we have. When you're paying about £90, £91 or £91.67 pounds to get started. So depending on whichever one works for you. With one-time payment, you're saving over £300. With Smart Plan, you're saving over £200. And with FlexiPay, you're saving about £150 to get started. So, and this is only available for the people for today. So don't expect, like, this offer ends in about 3 hours, and that's, you're looking at the UK time, that's going to end like before midnight. So people are looking at getting started. That's exactly what we're looking at. So 3 guaranteed interviews. If you don't get a job in 4 months, that's how we're beating our chest and over. I tell you that if you don't get a job, we will work with you till you actually get a job. That's essentially our promise to you. So if you're looking at getting started, that's exactly what you need to know. These are other people that have gone through the program, that have gotten jobs. So you see this is Margaret, got a job as a people support officer, staff engagement, Margaret. Priscilla got a job as a data scientist with the NHS. You can see this is Ufoma. Ufoma got a job working as a project manager, with the NHS also. You see Ruth Thompson track application, that's NHS essentially. They are both made over the post of this and is giving permission to approach us for a reference. This is another person you see project management with Amdari. This is another person that got a job with Informatical, got a job here. And these are people that have gone through the program, data analytics, data science. Now, these are data analysts that went through the program, data analyst, Amdari, got a job as a BI analyst, Informatical in the UK. We also have this, this is Victor. All right, you see, Victor went through a SOC and intelligence, that's cybersecurity, and landed the job as an IT support assistant, with the civil service company. All right. We have reference for this another person, Provident Data Analytics, got a job as a business intelligence analyst with this similar for the post of this. So they are both named person has been offered the post of this administrator and has been given us permission to approach you for for this. So you see, we also have Providence got a job as a data analyst. Esther got a job as a data scientist. Emmanuel got a job. I mean, we have a ton of people that have gone through the program and they've done great stuff. All right. But I would want you to listen to one or two people. All right. So just so that we can conclude that. And I'll be taking questions. So if you have any question, please do well to raise up your hand and I'll be happy to take your questions. All right. So let me just play Laura for like a few minutes, then I'll take questions and then we call it a day. So if you're looking at getting started, I would say you should secure it as soon as possible. But I'll be taking questions. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take a question. So raise your hand, not physically in your house, okay, but like literally,
Awesome. So yeah, I know you mentioned it before, but can you just talk in specific terms, the things about Amdari or the experiences or the Amdari processes that actually contributed, to the success of this, you landing this role?
Okay, so when I joined Amdari, I was told that within 2 months of joining Amdari, you're going to get a job, because I've been having so many jobs here. And I was like, okay, I wasn't skeptical because I saw the reviews on Instagram before joining Amdari. I was like, let's see how it goes. I wasn't expecting in my wildest dreams that I'm going to land this role within 1 month. I just joined Amdari last month. So this Amdari internship program really helped me, to be very honest. It helped me. And I became very proud of myself. I was able to get some insights into, here in the UK, they would say, oh, it's very difficult for an immigrant to get very lovely jobs, corporate jobs, and all of that. It was very hard to believe. But Amdari helped me see that this is very possible. You can learn whatever you want to. You can get that job. So Amdari has really opened my eyes to, opportunities and how to get these opportunities, to be honest.
Awesome.
So I had to reach out to Aziz and I told him that, okay, this is a document controller role. And I applied for it before I joined Amdari. I wasn't quite sure if he would be, I don't want to use the word willing. I know he would always be willing, but I wasn't quite sure if it was a fit for him to coach me on. And he was like, sure, of course. Good enough, you're on GRC training, and it's also part of what you can do. So fine, I'll jump on a call with you and I'll put you through. We'll look at the job description and everything you need to do, and we'll talk about it one after the other. And so we got on a call, we talked about it, and I got to see that it's actually something I can handle. He explained it so well, very easy, and excuse me, I went for the role and I was really proud of myself at the end of the day. I had to reach back to him. I was like, oh, well done, guy. You did well. You really came through for me. Yes.
Even before they got back to you, you are very confident about the outcome of the interview.
Yes. They told me something, because in the interview I mentioned that I am currently undertaking an internship with a company, which is Amdari, and on GRC, and it's very, very vital because this is a company and each company have their various policies. Each company needs to be, employees of each company needs to be compliant to certain rules, especially when it comes to regulatory. So this internship would help me go a long way to meet up to expectation. I'll put in my game in what I'm learning. I'll bring it to the table. They were very impressed and they said I've got a wide range of knowledge, and they were so confident. In fact, they were happy. It was obvious. Yeah. So fortunately, the next day they phoned me and like, we love you. You're in.
So it's very interesting to learn that you got your job just 1 month into the program. And then may I ask, are you still in
Yes,
the program?
please.
Are you still in your internship? Are you still participating in the internship?
In the Amdari internship?
Yeah.
Of course.
Wow.
All right. So you see, that's just a journey of someone that just started. That's the journey of someone that just started. And when we say that we can work with you till you get your job offer, that's exactly the mindset that you should have at the back of your mind. That we have you need that support from your job application support to navigating the job market to actually getting that role itself. That's exactly what you need. All right. So I'm gonna take Daniel Egmore, correct? Let's take you first, Daniel.
Okay, good evening.
Hello, Daniel. Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well. It's nice to meet you again. Um,
Oh, I mean,
yeah, because we met before on a different program. Um,
okay.
I was just
Interesting.
yeah, I was just uh, we met in a different program earlier, but I couldn't take advantage. I was able to complete it, but I couldn't take advantage of the
How
internship
many
part
years
of it.
ago? How many years ago was this?
And no, that's just last year.
Last. Okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. So I couldn't take advantage of the internship, which ought to be the final part of the program.
Okay.
Then in recent times, I came across you on Instagram, talking about this internship stuff, which more or less like focusing on internship now. So that is why I decided to take the opportunity of coming in tonight. So my question actually, because I'm trying to like sign up here online. I think the only one that got £100 for tonight is the smart plan. Is
Yeah.
the flexi plan, I believe.
Flexible. Yes.
Yeah, because I can see from the smart plan that is 150 for tonight.
Yes, it's 149. But yeah. Just give me a second. I'm going to bring it back up so you can. How did I close it? No. All right. So let me just check. Let me just show you again. All right. So is there any particular question you are, or are you just looking at something at the moment?
No, that's what I wanted to
What
clarify.
career path are you looking at getting into? If I could ask.
Data analytics.
All right. So if you apply now, um, so if you're looking at September, so if you're looking at FlexiPay, the one with the least entry point is FlexiPay, and that's the bi-weekly payments. So every 2 weeks, £91. All right. Smart plan is 149, but every month you pay £150, pretty much. Make sense?
It's all right. It's okay.
So you're looking at getting started. Are you looking at working with us essentially? Or we working with you to get started?
Yeah, just in the next cohort.
All right.
It's
So,
something I actually need ASAP.
so please take advantage of it today so we can help you with everything that you need to get. So remember, this offer for applications done for you is only for people that make the payment today. So if you're looking at making it next month or 2 months' time, this offer might not exist. So this is a limited offer for people that are looking at, okay, am I certain? And the reason why we're doing this is to let you know that you can actually get something in 4 months. And the reason why I started with the session with telling you that 6 out of 10 of our interns will get a job in 4 months is because of our success. And in 7 months, it's increasing from 6 to 9, sorry. All right, in 7 months. So 6 to 9 in 7 months. That's exactly the application done for you. So how do we do that for you? That's what we're gonna do for you. All right. So if you're looking at getting started, I'll tell you should take your position now, and let's see how we can work with you. All right.
Yeah, I'm actually almost done.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daniel. Looking forward to having you on board. I'm excited about this opportunity to see
Yeah, it's
how.
good to see you again.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ayatunde, do you want to go ahead?
Hi, Ife. Good evening.
Yes. Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, I just wanted to my aim is actually to register for the data analytics program. But then I just wanted to be sure if, you know, like right now in the UK, if it's still possible to get that as a sponsored job, like currently, because that's actually my goal. And
Okay.
I wanted to be sure before like investing in it because the current immigration shortage list and everything, it's data analyst was I think was made under the temporary shortage list, I think. So I don't know if currently it's still being sponsored or if it's just better to just go for the business analyst. Um,
Okay. Very good.
that.
The question is coming from a place of very good research, to be honest with you. So the title job on data analyst is a bit subjective in terms of sponsorship, but quite a number of roles within the NHS. And the reason why we're doing the NHS is because that's honestly the only place that is very, it's sort of guaranteed that if you apply, there is a certain level, I'd say about an 85-90% chance of you getting visa sponsored. Now, there are ways you can work around that, and that's exactly where the job title comes in. And so that's what we talk about navigating the job market. So even looking at pure data analyst roles, it's a 50-50 chance, depending on the organization that you're applying with or you're applying to. But in other cases, stuff like business intelligence, operations analyst, supply chain analyst, customer insight analyst, Power BI developer, these roles are still sponsorable. They can still sponsor your visa. All right. But the job title data analytics, which is where a lot of people have a little bit issue with, but just to get people getting sponsored in that particular career path. So you have nothing to worry about. If that's what you're concerned about, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even look, let's just take a look at it. So it's seen as believing, that's what it says. So so I can satisfy your doubts, okay? Let's just go straight into it. So now you're looking at data analyst, okay? I'm just going to go straight to the point. So you're looking at data analyst, but on the NHS website, you're also looking at information and you're looking at intelligence. So I'm going to search and you'll see you have a lot of information. Or let me just take out, you'll see, okay, found. Business intelligence analyst, that's easily sponsorable. Information analyst, also sponsorable. You'll see population data, health data analyst, also sponsorable. Business intelligence analyst, information analyst. These are roles that you can get sponsorship with. All right. So if you take a look at this particular one, let's see if there's any information around sponsorship. Just give me a second. They usually would specify This doesn't have anything else to do with it. They didn't specify, so I'll say issues. Nothing around sponsorship. All right, nothing around sponsorship. But it doesn't mean so if I run the job analysis for this, I know the main Yorkshire teaching NHS trust will most likely sponsor your visa. So in this kind of situation, let's say I work with my data analyst CV. All right. I just want to see the sponsorship analysis. This would probably take me about 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. All right. So let's just give it a second. Okay. So do you get what I'm trying to say anyways?
Yeah.
Yes. So different job titles still exist that will still give you the opportunity that you're looking for. So for this particular organization, they can't sponsor you. They can 100%. So it's sponsorship worker. This is the information analyst. So based on the job description, it fits a data care manager. So you have that in there, match keywords and all the things that you have there. So this role 100% can sponsor your visa. So you have data analytics is still something I work for you 100% today. All right.
Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. So my second question is about these job titles that are being tailored for the roles you're applying for. When it comes to referencing, I know Amdari covers the first part, and I think they apply for referencing for your two recent jobs. So
Yeah.
for the other job that is not in that field, when you change the title, won't they ask the employer what role you are? Or will they just ask if the person was just an employer during that period?
All right, very good question. So depending on the role, and that's the reason why we don't do that for all the roles. Okay, we don't advise you to do that for the roles. So like if you're currently working in care in the UK, we don't really work with that experience. Okay, so depending on the months of years and months of experience you have there, if you've been doing it for like 3 years, we need to work around something for that 3 years of experience. But in terms of you just leveraging companies in the UK and just changing the title, we would there's no tailor-made, to say one size fits all solution. It's just going to be based on your situation. And that's the reason why I said that after your CV review, you would see book a session, the CV review session. So it's not just good for you to have your CV review, to have the tool to do your CV review. You still have to book a session. So we have sometimes tomorrow that you can book a session with one of the available experts with you. All right. So it's going to be on a case by case basis based on your situation. That's what we will do for you. Does that make sense?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So that's what we do. So we're going to take a look at your CV and we'll come up with like a guide that essentially helps you get started. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So you're looking at getting started, yeah? Correct?
Yes.
All right. Looking forward to having you on board.
Yeah, thank you.
Today. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. So I have Alina Antonova.
Yes,
How-
hello. Uh,
Hi.
Thank you so much for the presentation. At this point, I'm just trying to assess whether the program is a good fit for me. So
Okay.
I have a few questions. I'm mainly interested in the management and strategy consulting track. And I was wondering whether you have instructors or mentors with experience in this area particularly. And also, a bit about me, I don't need visa sponsorship. I have indefinite leave to remain. And
Okay.
so far, I've been targeting the big four consulting companies. So McKinsey, PwC, etc., etc. Do you have any experience with applications like that, or is your focus mainly on NHS and smaller companies? And
Smaller.
and and yes, and sorry. And another question is about the your work experience you mentioned. Is it in startups mainly, your partners, or is it in what kind of companies are there for us to pick? Also about um, the if you can't find a job within 3 months, no extra cost coaching. Do you expect us to keep applying for the jobs ourselves and just until we get one? Or what kind of support is there for us to actually land a job?
Okay. Beautiful questions. Absolutely. What happens after? That's the last question. Okay. If I don't get a job after all these things that you're doing. Um, okay. All right. So let's start with the first one. So you're looking at strategy and management consulting experience. So
Yes.
we don't have any title that fits that particular career path. So if you're looking at getting a job with KPMG, Deloitte, EY, or any of the big fours, or even big threes, Bain, BCG, and Co. So you see, we don't have a particular career path that says it is management and strategy consulting. So if the guys that we have that currently work with KPMG or the likes of Deloitte, they're either working in the capacity of data analytics, or they work in the capacity of project management, or they work in the capacity of supply chain analyst or something that is more in line with the career path that we have selected. Now, the reason why we selected this career path, this six career path, the reason why we selected this six career path is we're looking at career path that has the fastest route to you landing a job. Now, if you're looking at strategy and management consulting, you're streamlining just to consulting, all right, which is not bad. It's not bad. There are quite a number of banks, quite a number of institutions, big tech companies that would have their strategy arm separate, okay, in which you could still apply to. But we're focusing majorly on professionals that are looking at gaining that experience and getting a job as quick as possible. And we cannot offer all the career paths because we want to work with you till you actually get a job. Okay, and that's essentially where that comes in. So, in terms of strategy and management consulting, we don't have a title for that particular kind of experience. And people that we have gone through the program that are currently working with KPMG, Deloitte, EY, and the rest of them, HSBC, Bank of America, and so on and so forth. These people have gone through either of the six career paths and they've gotten jobs in project management, in data analytics, in supply chain, and so on and so forth. That's the way it works. All right. So if you're looking for like that consulting experience, we don't have that consulting strategy and management consulting experience that you're looking for. So where you have to, if it's strategy consulting or it is people consulting or it is that level of consulting you're looking for, we don't do that essentially. So in terms of startup experience, what do we do with startup? It's still based on what I've said earlier. So let me just give you a sneak peek of what the platform looks like, so you know exactly. You can see some of the project experience that we are talking about today. I'm just going to go to Andari. Okay, internship. All right. So in terms of looking at what, oh, okay, I need to watch my videos. Okay, so this, for if you get started, this is where you start off from essentially. Let me see if I can try to skip this. All right, it's not letting me skip it. So I will need to wait on the video. So what I wanted to show you is some of the projects that we have worked on. So let me just go to the website, actual website. All right. So I'm gonna come to internship program. And let's say we're interested in project management. I'm just gonna go to project showcase. So let's say agile analytics. So most of the company that we're going to be working with, are majorly startups based in the UK. All right. So startup based in the UK in what sense? Most of the startups that we are working with are startups that are looking at gaining, are looking at getting, are facing one challenge or a couple of challenges, and they are outsourcing it to our interns, our consultants to work on those projects. And the reason why we selected startup is because most organizations are not willing to share certain information, certain predefined high-skilled organizations that we've partnered with in the past. They're not willing to share as much information as a startup would. So most people that are looking at getting experience are willing to, they're looking at getting a full scope of what undiluted experience looks like in those capacity. And that's exactly what a startup provides. These startups give us the challenge that they are currently facing. We provide you with that challenge and then we get you to work on it. So now you're not working on this challenge by yourself. You are assisted with specialists, people that have a wealth of experience in the domain, to work with you to get you to understand this is how this particular thing comes, and this is how you work on this kind of project, this is how you deliver on this type of project, so on and so forth. And that's why we work with startups. Now, these startups range from various backgrounds. All right, it could be a fintech, it could be a real estate company, it could be insurance tech, it could be any platform, all machine, it could be real estate, it could be it could be anything, it could be cybersecurity, it could be whatever startup that we get to partner with. So currently we have close to over 40 business partnerships across businesses in the UK, in the US, and currently in Canada. And that's the startup experiences that we get to work with. So now what happens after, like if you go through the program and eventually still don't get a job? Now that's a long shot because there's a 60% chance of you getting a job in 4 months. So that let's assume the person is not part of those 60% to get a job in 4 months. What happens? In 7 months, there's a 90% chance you don't get a job. There's a 90% chance you get a job. Now, if you don't get a job again with the 3 guaranteed interviews, what do? Literally, we have a job board. Okay, we have a job board. What we've done essentially with the job board is we have collated. What we've done is to collate jobs from literally every aspect from there. Oh, this thing is really cute. All right. All right. So what we've done is we've built a job board that collates and provides you with tailored jobs that you can apply to every single day. All right. So from civil service to UK, from NHS to top global organizations to so on and so forth. That's exactly what we do. So you still get that tailored support, mentorship, CV review, job application support, and so on and so forth. All right. So you're still getting that guidance, and that's exactly what you say, what you have here. If you don't get a job, you'll continue to receive a structured job search guidance, feedback, and support at no extra cost until you actually get a job. That's exactly what we're going to do for you. So does that answer your question, Alina?
Yes, it does. Thank you. I was essentially looking at management and strategy because most of my cohort were looking at it. I'm a fresh Cambridge University law graduate. So lots of us went to consulting in the big firms, and that's why my initial analysis of the job market was targeted there. But if there is another position that you would think my profile would fit, I am open to consider this as well. And thank you for answering my question.
Thank you. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, if you're looking at consulting, I mean, that's a very beautiful career path. For us, the reason why we focus on this career path is We want to guarantee some level of success. And that's why we're doing that. And we're dealing majorly with people that are looking at and the reason partially of that issue is people are coming in for business sponsorship. So we cannot offer every single thing. But I appreciate what you said, the feedback, not necessarily, I mean, it's not feedback, but based on your concern and based on what you're looking for, we definitely don't have that particular career path. But yeah, it was good listening to you anyways. Thank you so much, Alina. Nefeli. Nefeli.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Hi, thank you so much for hosting this masterclass. My question was about the data analysis program, the internship. It lists 13 tools across 4 months. In practice, though, which 2 or 3 do you see actually getting interns shortlisted for UK roles? And how do you advise to use the remaining time? Go more into depth with those ones, or having enough surface exposure on the rest, speak on them in an interview?
Brilliant question. So for the tools that you have listed on the website, so if you go to the website, you have about a total of about 13 tools. I know you've counted it. So, so now the way the project works is we combine tools together. So if you're looking at the data analytics project, for most data analyst roles that you're looking at getting in the UK today, would have you focus on 4 major technologies: Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. Not in order of priority. If I want to prioritize it, it's going to be Excel, SQL, Power BI. Tableau will be the last one, honestly. Then the 5th one, which is honestly just there, is Looker. Okay, which is it's just for the sake of adding something about Looker. Okay, so those are the 5 technologies that you need to focus on. Now, in terms of how the project works, okay, the project works and now you're going to be getting the experience. Okay, so are you going to be using all these technologies together? In some cases, yes. So take, for example, the project's going to have your database in an AWS Redshift warehouse. You might have to write a SQL query, using Athena or using Microsoft SQL language or whatever, SQL database you want to work with, or writing SQL to extract the data from the database, do some transformation in Power BI, run some automations in Power Automate, and so on and so forth. So most of the projects you're going to be working on will not have you work on projects in just one tool, but a combination of tools together. So it's literally the whole analytical life cycle. So from, I want to do my reports in Power BI, but the data is not stored in Excel. Okay, so it's going to be stored in this database somewhere. So how do you get the data? How do you retrieve that data from the database, bring it into Power BI to do your visualization, take it to Power BI service for distributed services across different departments? How do you use Power Automate to automate your reports? How do you use Office scripts, and all that to get you to the point? So we're going to be working with AWS Redshift, AWS Snowflake. We're going to be working with different database structures to give you familiarity of most public, private, public. Not going to be using like loud cloud platform. Like they're going to be using their own systems, Oracle, DB, and so on and so forth. But once you understand how to use SQL, you honestly can work with any SQL language, to be honest with you. So, so that's on the. I don't know if that answers your first question, if that's the other question.
No, it definitely does. Thank you very much. A small follow-up. Have you noticed on the 5, you said, for example, the 5 that are in the UK, does that change across sectors if it was something public, like with NHS or a private company? How does that change?
Very good question. So if you're saying public sector, Excel is number 1, 100%. Microsoft Excel, definitely. If you take a look at NHS, for example, for data analyst roles, you see a lot of Excel. You see a lot of Power BI and SQL. You would hardly find Tableau and Looker anywhere in public sector. For Tableau, you will find it in some big Fortune 500 organization, but not a lot. It's not as much as that of Power BI. So take, for example, if I go online, are you looking at visa sponsorship or no visa sponsorship?
I am looking for visa sponsorship.
All right. I mean, yeah. So, okay. So if we're looking at NHS, for example, it's Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Civil service, largely, those are the 3 that you need to focus on. But if you're looking at getting a job, like you want a job like fast, I don't want let's most people focus on visa sponsorship, which is good. But take for example, if I when I was in the UK, and I was looking at visa, I just needed to get a job first. So you see, one of the things I never knew was I was very good at Power BI, but I was looking for just data analyst roles up and down that combine all these technologies together. But you see, if you just go online and search for Power BI, for example, you would find there are quite a number of roles that you could actually land even before you get your visa. I mean, be working in a company that you get to implement data analytics, and then you can start to look for visa sponsorship. All right, but now you can actually get a job and start getting paid well. Do you understand? So if I take a look at this role, just in Power BI, I'm looking for Power BI. You'll see a lot of Power BI developer roles. Okay, this is 400 to 500 pounds, and all you need is Power BI. Power BI, maybe a bit of you see experience working with AWS data environment, which is what you will learn. What else would you get to work with? Nothing much than AWS. And I would say for most Power BI roles, SQL is also very important. So SQL and Power BI. I mean, if you're good with that, that's pretty much okay for you. This you can see the salary range for this just Power BI. Do you get me? 75 to 85, 850 to 60. These are not like small time roles, but you see, it's just Power BI, Power BI and SQL. So imagine if you can get this before you even get sponsorship. I don't know how long you need to get a visa sponsorship, but get a job. And that's what we tell most people, just get a job first. Once you get a job, it's easier for you to look for sponsorship from the place of you having a job, but not from a place of you having nothing and I'm just, laser focused on just getting a sponsored job. Get a job first and then we can scale from there. Does that make sense, Neftali? Neftali.
Yes, that
Am I
makes sense.
pronouncing it correctly?
Sorry?
Is that am I pronouncing it correctly? What's your name?
Nefeli, yes, it's Greek.
Neftali. Okay, awesome. Awesome. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
yes. So are you looking at getting started or where you are? Are you sitting on the fence?
I have still a year of university left, but I want to be
Okay.
ahead.
You undergrad or masters?
Bachelor's.
Bachelor's. Okay, so you have about a year plus. Okay. All right, we're still gonna be here. By God's grace. So anytime you're ready to get started after your BSc and you're looking at getting that experience, we have a ton of people that have gone through the program, bachelor's, masters, whatever the case might be, and are looking at navigating the job market. That's essentially what we do, and we're helping you guys get started as soon as possible. So looking forward to having you on board, Nefeli. Okay, and thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining today's session. Like I said, if I spend the whole day talking about people that have gone through the program and have gotten success, I will spend the whole day here. So this is Pearl. We should call her. I got a job as a project manager working with Norwich. This is IEA Cargo, got a job also. We have Hamza that got a job with the UK Civil Service. You see, compliance case worker with the UK Civil Service. We have Chisom got a job as a project manager working for what company is this again? Bupa. Okay, got a job with Bupa working as a project manager. You can see there, project manager contractor with Damdari. You see, this another person that got a job. Omolola got considered for the role, listed as professional reference, blah blah blah. All of these people have gone through the program and they've gotten success. And you see, one thing I've noticed is we have a ton of very great success with people landing very rewarding offers, landing very great offers. And these are just a few people of the people that we have currently on the platform. So like I said, slots is really for 10 people that are looking at getting started. We're going to work with you till you actually get a job. So I have 2 more people and I'm going to call today. I have R and I have Aisha. These are the last 2 questions I have and then we'll call it today. So R, do you want to go next?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Let's go. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I was going through it, all the information that as you've been sharing. I'm particularly interested in data analytics and data science. I'm a bit confused, like which would be good for me. So just wanted to have an advice over it. For my background, for my background, I have previous experience as a QA engineer, and I last September I graduated from university for master's in data science. So yeah, so I don't have much data experience, but like I would want to make a transition into data field. So just wanted to check.
So you finished your master's last year. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have about a year left on your study visa, correct?
Yeah. Graduate visa is still January. Yeah, almost 1.5 year to be honest.
Okay. All right. 1.5 years. Okay, that's not too bad. All right. So you're looking at data science career or data analytics, correct?
Yeah. Which would be suitable for me? Just wanted to
All right.
check.
So for data science, how would you rate your Python skills at the moment?
Uh, I'll say intermediate, not very advanced.
So
Yeah.
0 to 10. That's about 5 plus about 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in terms of ML, do you understand machine learning?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
You do. All right. So how would you rate yourself on that also?
7 to 8, something like that.
Oh, how do you don't know how to write Python, but you know machine learning very well?
Python, I'll say I'm not very good with the data structures and algorithms, DSA, like what.
You
But
understand machine learning. It's not like you've implemented machine learning.
I worked on like few academic courseworks and projects.
Okay. All right. So just based on your answers, I would say for a strong candidate for data science, I would say you should go for data analytics. All right. And the reason why I'm saying that is your Python skills it's not as great. Your knowledge of machine learning is good, but I don't know to the extent you have what kind of complex projects you worked on. So if I say that if your machine learning is okay, you're giving yourself a 7 or 8, and your Python is not as great as, so how are you deploying if your Python, your data structures, your algorithms, and all that are not great? So that's why I would recommend data analytics. The reason for data analytics is you're already good with data. So in what sense? You've done your master's in data analytics, data science. You are pretty much you're comfortable with data. So all you need today is a couple of things. So for data analytics, you're going to be answering just 2 major questions as a data analyst. You're only going to answer 2 questions. What happened and why did it happen? So anybody that is willing to learn data analytics can actually land a job as a data analyst because you only focus on 2 questions. What happened and why did it happen? What happened in what sense? You're going to analyze data to answer the question, what happened in the business? Okay? So you see a lot of visualizations, dashboard. Those dashboards are answering only 2 questions. What happened and why did they happen? So how many customers did we bring in? How many people are defaulted? How many people are getting started? How many customers did we bring in? How is our advertisement working? How is whatever you're answering? You're just answering questions as to what happened. So your own that's pretty much the case. So that's the beauty about data analytics. Now with data science, it's a bit more complicated because you're going to be answering 3 questions. You're going to be answering majorly 3 questions. What happened? Why did that thing happen? And what will eventually happen? So that's where the statistical modeling, predictive analytics, machine learning, that's where the 3rd question gets a bit more complicated. All right. So if you're looking at easy, now I won't say easy access, but if you're looking at your background, looking at what you want to do, I would say data analytics will be better for you. All right. In what sense? Based on your background, based on what you answered, and opportunities also. All right. So I'll recommend data analytics for you. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. No problem. Looking forward to having you on board. Aisha Kuzi.
Hi, Ife. So I've joined. I'm a recent graduate in cybersecurity, in computer science with cybersecurity, and I'm looking to do the SOC analyst internship. I have joined, so I just wanted to understand how it's going to go. So I've joined the September cohort. So I just wanted to understand how it's going to go, and I'm on my graduate visa right now, so I'm definitely looking for sponsorship. Yeah.
All right, so let me walk you through what the format is going to look like very quickly. So once you start, this is what you're going to be met with. You have 1 week of, I'm just going to see if I can quickly, I can't skip it. I really want to skip it as badly as possible so I can show you. So we carried out the new updates. That's the
Right.
reason why I have this thing staring at me in the face. All right, so once you've made your payment started, you should be met with something like this where you have to go through the orientation video, internship structure, and everything. So this is a case that takes about a couple of minutes, honestly.
Okay.
Hours, not hours, a couple of minutes, like 30 minutes, just for you to introduce you to the program, what the platform looks like, and all that. So now, once you're done with all this onboarding, we have the pre-entry diagnostics. You create your profile, and you go to go. So that's what you can do this week. Honestly, you can do that this week. Now, once you're done with that, okay, the program is now cascaded into 7 modules, seven stages. Let's just call it 7 stages. Now, the first 2 weeks is what we call the uniformity stage. Obviously, let me see if I can bypass this as soon as possible. Let me just give me a second. I really want to show you this how it looks like. But anyway, somebody is still going to call you. So you made your payment today, correct?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
So somebody's going to call you and walk you through the process of getting started and platform updates and all that. Okay. So the program is now, when you start in September, even before you start in September, we would have a couple of activities before the program starts in September on the 5th. All right. Once you start on the 5th, you use the first 2 weeks to sort of, we call it the uniformity stage, because everyone that is getting started learned in different, you did your masters. Some people did not do their masters. Some people
didn't do masters. Yeah.
Some people did some programs. So we call it uniformity stage to bring everybody to the same level. All right. Bring everyone to the same level. The next phase is your first project. All right. Your first project is guided, fully guided. So at this point, you've not done anything else to do with SOC analysis, threat intelligence. You've not worked with all these technologies before. You will have this walk you through the solution of the project. Okay, so you do 2 projects like that, where the specialist will literally hold your hand and guide you from the start of the project to the end of the project. Then you lead the project to something that is more guided. So we give you guidance, but you get to work on those projects for yourself. All right, so the complexity of the project will increase over time. Also, the diversity of the project would also increase. So from those kind of projects, you would also work on collaborative projects where you're either working with a scientist, you're working with data engineer, you're working with a project manager, you're working with something else, you're working with GRC analysts, you're working with like the GRC suite of people, I say GRC, cybersecurity suite of professionals to really give you a scope of activities and all that. Then you have your final project, okay, where you're going to work on. So in that set 4 months, you'll be working on different types of complex projects from the start to the end of your internship. Make sense, Aisha?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Right.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to having you on board. So look out for a call either tomorrow. By tomorrow, it should either Thursday or Friday. So I want to call you, and then we can pick it up from there. Okay.
All right. Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you so much. It was wonderful to everyone today. I get this to take advantage of the opportunity as soon as possible. And looking forward to having you guys in future sessions. And if you have friends, family members that might benefit from this, please do well to let them know. Thank you so much, everyone. You have a wonderful
Thank you very much, Afe.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Looking forward to having you on board. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Thank you. Yeah. Bye, guys.